welcome to Glam by JH. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jilly, and if you're not, thank you so much for coming back and watching some more. So in today's video, I'll just be showing you guys some tutorial. So this tutorial is kind of for like a neutral glam, but also you kind of want to stand out, add your own little touch of extra, your own touch of sparkle. So this is kind of like my look, kind of like the flair I add, the glam I add on the daily. So if you like to find out all the tips and tricks of getting this look and also all of the products that I use, be sure to continue watching. So for starters, I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to use the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation with SPF 15, and I use the shade NC30. And like, MAC has always been one of my favorite brands ever when it comes to face products. I just always use MAC. Like, they're just so reliable. It's like not cakey at all. I hate having caked makeup, and on top of that, it feels so lightweight and it literally lasts you the whole entire day. And for my brush, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Professional Foundation Brush, and I'm just gonna use that to put on my foundation. So yeah, that's that. And PSA, I just like to always start with foundation on my face first. I'm not really one of those people that goes ahead and starts with like the eyes. I've just always felt that if you have a good foundation, pun, if you have a good foundation, like a good base for your makeup, you shouldn't really have like that issue with the top coming out weird and like that. And I just feel like every time I have tried doing my eyes first and eyebrows, and I'm so used to putting the foundation on first and like the powder and everything, that I just feel so weird. Like I don't think I'll ever be able to look at my makeup the same. I'll just literally be like, what's going on? This looks pretty weird. Like, explain yourself. So yeah, I just go ahead and put this foundation all over my face. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. The shade that I am is light, and I just love going in and just putting this like under my eyes and my T-zone, just like kind of to create like that matte effect, because I have combination skin. So what happens is that my whole entire face will be dry, but then like my T-zone, the areas under like right here, like under my eyes, like by my cheeks, and then maybe sometimes my chin, depending how humid it is in Miami, like I feel like I just kind of like sweat up, and like my skin gets like really like wet in those areas. So it's like, if I don't have like my setting spray on, it like won't really last me as long as like the other areas. So I just like to go in there with the concealer just in case, and just to brighten up those areas to give it that full makeup effect. So when I do that, I go ahead and I use my foundation brush again, just because like the Tarte concealer, it has like a really big like applicator. It's like really thick, so I feel like if you were to use like a traditional concealer brush, it's gonna literally take you forever. So I'll just start with that. And now, since I finished the concealer, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is use my beauty blender again and just blend it out. And just the same thing as I did when I put on the concealer, just like in case there's any excess concealer, just remove it so I don't have any crease lines or any lines in my makeup. And I'm also not caking my face. Everything just blends in really easily. Especially this part's really crucial because obviously the foundation is darker than the concealer, so you just want to make sure that your makeup blends, so you don't have like a line between like the concealer and where the foundation is, because that would be a mess. And next, I'll just go ahead and be going in with the MAC Studio Fix powder in the same shade NC30 as I did with the foundation. They're like best friends, mom and daughter, Studio Fix family goals. I love them. So that's basically what I use with my makeup. And for this, what I use to apply it, I just go ahead and I go in with this little sponge that it came in with, and that's basically what I use to apply it. Now that I finished going ahead and doing like my face, I like to put on a little bit of bronzer just to like bring some color to my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and be using the Wet n Wild Color Con bronzer in the shade Ticket to Brazil. So let's begin using that. And when it comes to that, I go ahead and I just use this like powder foundation brush. It's a unicorn. I love unicorns. Sorry. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that all over my face and a little bit on my neck. And now that I went ahead and I just did the base, I like to always put a little bit of contour, but not anything too like extreme, just like a little subtle little contour, because I have a round face, so I like to just define like my cheekbones a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Hoola bronzer from Benefit, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this with this brush from Eco Tools. Love this brush. It's super soft and it really doesn't have any fallout, so it's amazing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with that. And now that I went ahead and I finished with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and put on some blush. So welcome back the MAC family. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be using this powder blush in the shade Mocha, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on my cheeks. I went ahead and I finished my blush. I'm just gonna go ahead and put on some eyeshadow. So I'm gonna be using two palettes. So the first palette I'm gonna be using is a NYX Cosmetics Happy Birthday palette. PSA, I love NYX Cosmetics on my heart. It's like my favorite makeup brand out there. If you haven't tried it, go try it out. It's literally the best. It's super cheap, eco-friendly, animal cruelty free, and on top of that, it's super duper cheap, and the products are just so, they're just so good. Like, I honestly feel like NYX is just a giant brand that's just a dupe for like the super high-end makeup products, and like a lot of times they're even better. So for starters, I'm gonna be going ahead and going in with this shade right here, and I just put that shade here on my eyes to just brighten them up. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and be using this shade right here for some shimmer. Then now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to another palette, and this palette isn't from NYX, but it's from Tarte. It's the Mermaid palette. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with the shade Frosé, and on the palette Frosé is this shade right here. Next, I'm going to be going in with the shade Shell Yeah, and on the palette Shell Yeah would be this shade right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in and use it. Something I really love about this palette though is that the colors are so pigmented. Like, shook. Like, they're literally so pigmented. Like, it looks like, and I'm obsessed with like shimmer and glitter, so this totally like helps like my obsession so much. So it's super duper pigmented. They last forever. It's amazing, and you feel like a mermaid. And now, since I always love to go in and put a dash of pink, it's my favorite color, I'm gonna go ahead in with this NARS eyeshadow in the shade Gulu, and look how pretty it is. It's like so pretty, like wow. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go in with the same Eco Tools brush I've been using, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of this, just so like the dash of pink in my eye makeup. Now, since I went ahead and I finished all of my eyeshadow, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Tarte Cosmetics Man Eater eyeliner. It's amazing. It's liquid eyeliner in black, and what I love the most about it is that the pen is like super sharp, so there's no way that you are messing up. Well, you can mess up, but you could do like the thinnest line ever, so you don't have to fear like, oh, it came out too thick or anything. So let's do that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just do the wing to match this wing. And there we go. We have our eyeliner all even. And I just like to always do like the eyeliner first and doing the wing. And then if anything that they don't really like, they're not too even, just always going in and making like the actual line a little bit thicker. But I just always found that easier. I know some people like to do the wing first and then the like line, but I can't really do that because like my eye is like a weird shape. It's like round but kind of oval, so I do that. And like when I go to the corner of my eye, it's not fun at all. So next, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. Now, when it comes to my eyebrows, there's two products that I literally live by. So the first one, this is one I use every day, and this is one I'll be using in this tutorial. This one is the NYX Cosmetics More NYX, and this product is their Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown, and the actual pencil is kind of thick. It kind of honestly reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills the brow define product, just because it's a little thicker. So I tend to use this one because it's like really precise, very thin, so I know I won't mess up. And I like that it's a little thicker, so I tend to do my eyebrows really fast, especially when I'm in the morning, on the way to school, on the way to work, and it's just something I need like on the go and ready to go. And then the other product I really love to use, this is a product I'll use like honestly whenever I feel like it, whenever I have a little bit more time. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and the shade I use is dark brown, and I honestly just love it. And the difference of this one compared to this one, besides the brand, is just the fact that the pencil it's an actual pencil, so it's like super duper thin. So that's basically the difference. So I'll totally be using this one in other tutorials, but for today, the one I'll be using is the NYX one. So usually when I do my eyebrows, what I start off is I got a spoolie and I just go ahead and brush it kind of in the shape that I want my eyebrows to be in, like the direction I want the hairs to be in and everything, so we don't have any problems or actually doing the makeup. That's like what I do. So I just go ahead and I do that. Go ahead and I brush them out. And something I like to do when I fill in my eyebrows is I just really like to just honor the hair that's there. I don't really like going ahead and going out and just adding like a whole other like layer of eyebrow, because I want eyebrows not this as an eyebrow, like freaking gigantic caterpillar. So in order to avoid that, I basically just like line exactly what I have there. And then like obviously there's some areas that have like a little bit of like holes and gaps and stuff like that because I sleep like a crazy person, and obviously like my eyebrow hair tends to fall out, so I just try to make it look as natural as possible. And then once I've gone ahead and I've just like outlined my brow, for the most part, what I do is then I just go ahead and I go in and I just fill in whatever I just drew on. And that's one eyebrow. And now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the other eyebrow. And that is how you get these eyebrows. So next, what I'll go, oh my god, that just fell. What I'll go ahead and I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to move on to my mascara. So for mascara, I use the NYX Worth the Hype mascara. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do my mascara now. Now that I've gone ahead and finished that, what I'll be using is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is literally godsend. This palette is like the best thing ever. It has you glowing to the heavens. I love it so much. My favorite thing in the entire universe. So what I'll be using today is I'll be going ahead and using the shade Golden Dawn and Sunray. So in the palette, the shades are this one and this one. So I'll just go ahead and be using those today. And I'm going to be using this highlighting brush from Eco Tools. Now for lipstick, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be going in with the NYX Liquid Suede, and this one, the color is called Tea and Cookies. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on my lips. And next, and finally, I'm gonna be going in with the Urban Decay Long Lasting Setting Spray, and I'm just gonna spray that all over my face so my makeup lasts me the whole day. And that's all for today's look. So if you guys liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. You guys can comment any requests you may have. I'm open to try anything. And this is the final look. So like always, I hope you guys have a fantabulous day, and never forget, peace and good vibes. Bye.